As the scene opens, the entire class has focused on two people. Oh, there's a goddess here. Class 1A really hit the jackpot. Wow, that person is so cool. The main character, Magi Fukasaku, thinks. People are already gathering around them. And it's amazing how he can talk to such a beautiful girl without getting nervous. Those two will probably become the center of the class, he muses. Meanwhile, he notices a woman with beautiful pink blossom hair. This is the story of the childhood friend of the popular people and how they met. Anyway, let's start it. Someone asks Magi, "How's school going? Have you gotten used to it?" He replies, "I wonder." The name Magi Fukasaku. I think people have remembered it. Oh, well then, why don't you just go ahead and get yourself a girlfriend? His sister teases. No, sister, stop joking around, he says. She laughs. But I think you'd be popular, Fukasaku. You're good at reading the room, and you're kind. I don't really get things like romance. Besides, everyone thinks I'm like a shrine. There's no way I could be popular, he replies. That's so naive, she exclaims. A girlfriend is different from a romantic partner or a female friend. You don't understand these subtleties, do you? Yes, yes, he mutters, brushing her off. But I'm going to school now. Don't be late for your work either, she calls after him. Okay, see you later, shrine, he says, leaving her wondering what he meant by that. In the classroom, people are talking. After about a month of being together, everyone's roles have become clear. For example, his childhood friend and best friend, Fujisaki Yoshia, is the classroom's main character. He's a refreshingly handsome guy who could be an actor and has already made it to the first string in a basketball club. They say he's going to be key in making nationals. Everyone loves him. Even today, fans are coming from other classes. There's one more main character in the class, a natural-born idol, Yuri-San. In the middle of the school year, she posted a dance video on social media, and it went viral. She has a huge following and is quite famous. Despite being such a perfect, elite girl, she always greets everyone in the morning. Not just him, but everyone else too. Magi's heart flutters after hearing her voice, and he stumbles slightly. Good morning, she says with a friendly personality that extends to everyone. Naturally, most of the guys are attracted to her. Within days of starting school, she jumped to become the #1 school idol, the girl everyone wants to date. Magi admires her a bit too. The other classmates could be called supporting characters surrounding these two. I'm one of them, Magi thinks, but right now, I have a slightly strange role. A couple of girls gather around him, asking, Magi, would a sports towel be okay for his birthday present? Of course, he says. It'd be fine, I think. Maybe avoid pink or patterns, something like that. Oh, I see. He might get teased by the others. Thanks. I hope your blessing works, they reply. This is Magi's role, being everyone's love consultant, known as the Fukasaku Shrine. It started right from the beginning of school when the popular girl, Yuri-San, greeted him, taking his name. He responded, Fukasaku, and she said, "You have such a lucky name." The world-famous Yuri-san sparked it all. Some guys jokingly prayed to him and had successful love encounters, and that's really how it began. As the rumor spread, the visitors increased. Pray for me next, they'd say, snapping a photo. It brings good luck. Might have to skip lunch today again. Magi thinks. His best friend, Fujisaki, approaches. Hey, you guys Fukasaku hasn't eaten. Do it later. Of course, you should think about others' feelings. That's how love works better, you know? The girls laugh. When a #1 guy student on a date says it, there's nothing we can say back. So true. Magi thanks him, but Fujisaki says, yeah, must be tough every day. Aren't you having trouble? It's fine, Magi replies. I can give love advice, even if it's just from what I've heard from my sister. I see. Well, take it easy. Thanks, anyway, Fujisaki says. Magi nods. I'd be in trouble if more people gathered around. I should go home or somewhere else. He notices Yuri-San looking toward him and thinks about finding a place with fewer people. I'll try the roof, he decides. There, he sees someone who looks like they just got rejected by the popular kid, his best friend, Fujisaki. You got confessed to in this short time, didn't you, you son of a gun? Magi thinks. Fujisaki brushes it off, saying, there's no chance with you, and the girl moans about it. Everyone thinks those two are quite a good match. It's always been like this, Magi reflects. Everyone falls for him. No one ever falls for me. Then he notices something. The girl with the blossom pink hair is sleeping on the stairs. Oh, is that Yusuba-san, he wonders. She's never in the classroom during lunch, so this is where she was. She's asleep. Should he try not to wake her? But as she opens her eyes and notices him, she tries to hide her face, embarrassed. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, Magi says. I was just looking for a place to eat. How do you know my name? She asks. Well, we're in the same class, so that's it, he explains. She nods, accepting it. Suddenly, a strong wind blows through the rooftop door. The window is open, I guess, Magi thinks as she shivers from the cold. Noticing her discomfort, he says, just wait a minute, I'll solve the problem. He grabs a bench, startling her a bit. Here we go, he says, climbing onto it. I can't close it otherwise, he mutters, struggling with the balance. It's hard to stand up. I could have used Fujisaki's help with this. But then Yusuba-san steps up, holding the bench steady. I'm holding it. I definitely won't let go, she says. Magi thanks her, embarrassed, and together they close the window. Thank you very much, Fukusaku, she says, using his name. You know my name too? He asks, thanking her back. Of course, she replies. It's an awkward encounter, but they both giggle about it, a cool moment. Well then, I'll be going, he says, putting the bench back. With this wind, I can't eat outside, so I'll go somewhere else. You were here first anyway. No, that's not it, she tries to say, but he interrupts. No, sorry for interrupting your relaxation time. This is our first time talking. I wonder if she thought I was weird. She stands there blushing, thinking, as I thought, he's quite kind. On the soccer field, people are playing. Yuri-san and Yusuba-san stand near a tree. The kids nearby blabber. Those two are childhood friends, I hear, the goddess and the gloomy girl. What a grand difference. Magi thinks that's so rude. Yusuba-san is just a bit shy. That's all. She glances at him, her feminine and lovely gestures making his heart thump. Even though she's such a nice person, he muses. Meanwhile, Fujisaki and the popular crowd are playing. Why am I getting worked up about it? Magi wonders. Those two are like a side of me. Maybe I'm protecting my feelings. As Fujisaki scores a goal, playtime ends, and everyone compliments him. Can't have a game without you. Every girl squeals, including Yuri-san. Magi, standing behind like a lackey, thinks both of them are looking toward Fujisaki. Of course, he's a good guy. I know that better than anyone. Fujisaki gives him a pat on the back and a kind word, while Yusuba-san watches, thinking, Fukusaku's nice. No shot came my way since we were on offense the whole time, Magi reflects. He notices Yusuba-san looking at him. Back in the classroom, someone says, all things worked out with Mizumi-kun from class 2? Yes. Good luck. The shrine work is at its peak today, too. Guess today's love consulting is over. I should head out, Magi decides. But someone pats him on the back. It's Yuri-san. Magi Fukusaku, can I talk to you? She asks. Startled, he stammers her name. Yuri-san? Yes, I have something to talk about. What you were just doing, the Fukusaku shrine visit thing, you know? He looks at her, remembering how everyone comes to him to pray for love. The only reason she'd come to me is to ask advice about confessing to Fujisaki, he assumes. The most popular girl in school, Yuri-san, seeking help from the Fukusaku shrine to win the #1 boy. As she starts to speak, he cuts in, sorry, but I can't listen to that story. She hesitates, confused, as he grabs his bag. No, I have somewhere to be today. I really have to go. He rushes out of the class, leaving her alone, embarrassed and a bit distressed. Walking home, Magi reflects. Running away is the worst thing I could have done. It's worse than lying. The girl everyone admires likes my best friend. I should be happy about it, but I just can't accept it. Then he spots Yusuba-san, the pink-haired girl. I wonder if talking to her would be a bother right now. I don't feel like talking either, he thinks. But then he notices something alarming. She's being groped by someone on the train. Seeing her twitch, he thinks, a molester? Why now? Could it be because she's timid and doesn't raise her voice? Or is she targeted for such a selfish reason? Unforgivable. I have to help her quickly. But he realizes, if I make a scene here, everything will be exposed about her, and that'll make her suffer more. But I can't pretend I didn't see it. I don't want to disappoint myself anymore. What should I do? Determined not to let her hurt more, he shouts, "Excuse me." She looks at him as he says, "My friend is over there. So could you let me pass through?" "Oh, sure." Everyone says, parting. They're like us before we started dating. So cute. Magi reaches her, saying, "Stay over there. I'll be there in a minute." "Yes," she replies softly. He glares at the man who is molesting her, covering her protectively. "It's okay now," he assures her as the train reaches the station. He plans to report it to the staff later. "Thank you very much," she says. "Not at all," he replies, thinking she's very close. Embarrassed, he adds, "Sorry, I'm so sorry." As the next station, Toyota, approaches, he says, "I need to get off here anyway." She's speechless, but then grabs him slightly. "Wait a moment," she says. He turns back, surprised. "By all means, I want to talk to you if you don't mind right now." "How about something?" she suggests. Blushing, he replies, "If you're okay with me, of course." "Let's go." They head to a restaurant and order food. Taking a bite, Magi thinks it's so delicious and bearable, really. "It's really delicious," he says aloud. She's munching too, gulping it down. "Sorry, I have a sweet tooth," she admits. He laughs, and she protests, "Don't laugh at me." As they finish, she thanks him again. Confronting a molester takes a lot of courage. "Of course. I'm glad to help you," he says. "I lack courage, though. Earlier, I ran away from a girl I admired. Yusubisan, do you know about Yokosuka Shrine?" "Yes," she nods, although there's no basis for it. "The girl I admire was there earlier, and I ended up running away. I was really pathetic too," he confesses. "Me as well," she says. He's puzzled, but she continues, "I'm always nervous and can't properly talk to my classmates, which is pathetic." "Me too," he admits. "I've always used small talk because I was relentlessly scared of people. I understand. If I don't start with something, the words won't come out. It's always been like this, a line-making mechanism." "I get it too," she says. "When did it start?" "When did it start?" he echoes. "The world is such a scary place, I think. The root of lacking confidence might be fear. Being disliked by others, especially by people you admire, is scary. Tomorrow, I have to apologize to her. I mean the famous girl." "Crap," he says aloud accidentally. "That's good," she replies. "Earlier, that was my best friend." "No point hiding it," he sighs. "It might be too much for me, and you might laugh, but I admired her a little. She's so sparkly. I won't laugh at you. I'm in a similar situation," she says. "A similar situation? Oh, is that person Fujisaki my best friend?" he guesses. She coughs, startled. "What?" "I was watching you today on the field," he explains. "You were looking toward him. If it's okay, I'll support you to get together with him." "No," she says quickly. "He's a good, amazing person, but I was looking at someone else." It wasn't him. She doesn't admit it was Magi, saying only, "It's different." "Okay, if you're this flustered, it must be true," he thinks, then says, "I don't need to know. I don't need to date Yuri-san or anything. I just want to look into her eyes and talk normally without being nervous or stuttering. If I could talk confidently, that's it for me." "Me too," she agrees. "Even if it's with the boy I like, without looking down, clearly conveying my feelings. I think it'd be great if I could be like that." "I see," he says. "Maybe she and I are alike. Our goals are almost the same." He smiles. "Hey, if our goals are the same, why don't we help each other?" She looks confused, so he clarifies, "Let's help each other in practice. I'll practice talking to the classroom goddess, and you'll practice talking to the classroom god." Blushing, she says, "Good. Not just with Fujisaki-kun. If I could talk normally with anyone, it'd be wonderful." "With anyone?" he repeats. "Being able to talk confidently. I want to be like that too. Let's become normal together." She flushes but shakes his hand. "All right, nice to meet you, Magi." "Likewise, nice to meet you too," he replies. His first female friend. Not just any friend, but what his sister might call a girlfriend. A scene of a bath unfolded before her eyes. A mobile phone and speaker rested nearby, along with a hand sweeping the handle. A large pool came into view, and in it, a pink-haired girl was bathing, lost in thought about how much had happened that day. She glanced at her hand, blushing as she looked at it, then laughed, squeaking her body like a kid. Magi Kuin's hand. I finally held it. She giggled to herself, squirming in embarrassment. I talked with him until my voice went hoarse. I don't need to date Kureha-san or anything. I just want to be able to look her in the eyes and talk normally without being nervous or stuttering. If I could talk confidently. These words from the main character echoed in her mind. Words unlike anything she'd heard before. I in her memories. There were only people who wanted to get close to her best friend, even offering to pay her to stay away or help them get her number. She thought to herself, he doesn't want to date her, maybe not even be her friend. He just wants to be able to talk to her while looking into her eyes. Magi Kun is probably the first person to say something like that to me. What a small wish. A wish, she mused, as her phone chimed with a message. She splashed the water and ran toward it, checking the screen. It was her best friend. From the chat, it looked like she'd been crying, typing, "Something's off today." Magi Kun was avoiding me. The pink-haired girl blushed, thinking, you don't have to worry about it. She wanted to tell Magi Kun about this, but she knew Yuvi-chan wouldn't want her blabbering about it to him. It seemed something was brewing between these two female friends and the main character. Putting down her mobile, she thought back to the day she first met Magi-kun, Fukusuk, as she called him. I can still vividly remember that day, she mused. I want to tell you one day, you'll have a bigger impact on the people around you than you think, Fukusuk. The scene shifted to the main character, who was having breakfast, munching on his food. Let's become normal together, he recalled her saying. Now, he thought about her. What is normal? What should I do specifically to be that? His sisters noticed his distraction. What's wrong with you, they asked. He brushed it off, saying, yeah, it's nothing. I was just wondering what normal is. His sister, slurping her drink, mused. Philosophy this early in the morning? She looked at her brother. Have you found something to devote yourself to in high school? His expression changed suddenly. Maybe, he replied. His sister beamed with happiness. I should first apologize to Kureha-san, he added. His sister, puzzled, asked, who's that? He grinned. A goddess. She rolled her eyes, thinking of shrines and the Statue of Liberty. Today's students are so global, she muttered at T-school. The main character pondered. Even though I said that, how should I apologize? He glanced over and saw the girl sitting right there. She must feel awkward too. I should be the one to talk to her, right? He looked at her, but hesitated, thinking, I can't do it. This is too embarrassing. I could die of embarrassment. He started some morning exercises, breathe in, breathe out, as someone approached. What are you doing? They asked. Maybe I should do it after school, he replied. His attention shifted to a boy named Akiyama-kun. It's just morning exercise, the main character said, but Akiyama-kun seemed hesitant. I recommend you do it too, he teased. Please, Akiyama-kun replied, and they exercised together. The main character thought, what am I even doing? I should go talk to her. She stared back at him. Why is she looking this way? He couldn't understand, but her face seemed hesitant. Then, blushing, she walked toward him. To him, it felt like an atomic bomb had gone off. Even Akiyama-kun was surprised. What? No, what was that? I thought my heart would stop beating. What kind of exercise is that? The four-eyed Akiyama-kun asked. The main character stammered. Am I going to talk to the goddess? I can't do it. Absolutely not. Shut it. Shut your knees too. I've never seen that kind of exercise, Akiyama-kun continued. The pink-haired girl entered the classroom. The main character, still in his predicament, locked eyes with her. She blushed cheerfully, greeting him with a bright yes. His surprise, or rather his hesitation, melted away. He approached the popular girl and called out, Kureha-san. Startled, she rose from her bench. Their eyes met as he bowed and apologized. Sorry for ignoring you and going home yesterday. She blushed, covering her mouth, and it seemed she accepted it. Don't worry about that. I'm sorry for bothering you suddenly, she replied. A murmur spread through the room. Not at all what he'd expected. The pink-haired girl remembered the text her friend sent last night and pondered something while the main character and Kureha-san talked. If you want to talk, we can do it after school or something, he suggested. Well, in that case, now is fine, she replied. He blinked. Now? Is that okay, Kureha-san? I wouldn't want everyone thinking I like you. She apologized. I wanted to say sorry about the Fukusuk shrine comment. I said it's a lucky name, and it seems to have triggered something. Fujisaki-kun said it too. I've been feeling bad, thinking I caused you trouble. Oh, so that's what happened yesterday, he realized. No, don't worry about it. It's not your fault at all, he reassured her. She blushed, embarrassed. Really? Her eyes shimmered, and he thought, she's so cute. Of course not. No trouble at all, he added that a friend approached from behind. Don't worry about it. Fukusuk won't get mad over something like that, he said. Both the main character and Kureha-san were startled. The friend continued. That's why everyone relies on him too much. Another boy, Inoue-kun, joined in. Hey, Magi, he stammered, then added, sorry, I got carried away and talked too much. The main character thought. Come to think of it, Inoue-kun was the first, right? He got a girlfriend after I blessed him. His best friend chimed in. Well, if Fukusuk is a shrine, I should offer some money. Kureha-san looked flustered. Everything seemed resolved, even with Inoue-kun adding, yeah, I'll treat you to lunch next time. Me too. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. The main character marveled, what's going on? Everyone's being so nice to me. The pink-haired girl thought to herself. That was nerve-wracking. The main character glanced at her, realizing, oh, right. I need to thank Yusuba-san too. She leaned against the bench, and he mused. Thus, our alliance achieved its first victory. As the first period ended, the pink-haired girl smiled. It went well, didn't it, Magi-kun? Yeah, he replied, thanking her. Even her little wiggle caught his heart. Still curious, he asked. This morning, our eyes met, and she winked at me. Does she do that often? She laughed. Oh, that? It might be UV-chan's habit. When she gets nervous, she unconsciously winks. He nodded. That's an adorable habit. Now he understood it didn't mean anything special. You know her well, as expected of a childhood friend, he said. She puffed up a bit. UV-chan is my senpai. After all, she laughed, then suggested, let's eat lunch over there. He thought, to think she cares about someone like me and has the courage to apologize even when nervous. Kureha-san is really good. I admire her. Then he said, next is Yusuba-san's turn to talk to UCI. She squirmed. But I don't have any confidence talking face-to-face with the school's superstar. It'll be fine, he reassured her. I'll introduce you, so just chat casually like, what did you have for breakfast? She hesitated. Is that really a good topic for a first meeting? He chuckled. You're right. If someone suddenly asked about my breakfast, it'd be weird. Sorry, I'm not great at socializing either. To get along, we need something in common. She nodded. Then what are some of Fujisaki's hobbies? He thought for a moment. Probably basketball, collecting sneakers. She frowned. I don't know much about those. That'll be awkward. Anything else? He paused, then asked, what are your hobbies? Maybe we can find a topic there. She hesitated, blushing. Well, I shouldn't say I'm a fan, but I watch a lot of anime and read manga. His eyes lit up. I've watched a ton of anime too. I check out the first episode of every new series each season. Startled but excited, she joined in. Yeah, there's so many good shows this year. They chatted about anime for a while, then realized they'd gone on too long. But talking to me won't help, right? He said. She added, besides that, I also watch VTubers. I used to be one myself. He blinked in surprise. But I couldn't keep up talking to myself or interacting with comments, so I closed the channel, she explained. He nodded. I don't think I could do that either. The conversation stalled, so he asked, do you read manga too? Yes, she replied. Now that I think about it, my best friend reads a lot of basketball manga, he said. I've read some famous ones too. She brightened. Looks like we found a topic. Let's talk about that after school. They agreed, both nervous but excited. He realized, she's really nervous. I was the same way a few hours ago. He thanked her. This morning, when I went to talk to Kureha-san, seeing you made my legs stop shaking. I realized how reassuring it is to have someone on my side. My best friend is a good guy, so don't worry. I'll be there for you too. She tensed, then said, yes, blushing with embarrassment. He smiled as her turn approached. All right then, let's talk about anime for the rest of the time. Sounds good? She suggested. My favorite this season is this and that. It looked like they were bonding quite well.